Hello, everyone. Well, many in Iowa today are going to be dry. That is not going to be the case tomorrow, though. The widespread rain is coming back. Now, notice I did say many will be dry today, but not everyone. It does look like there's going to be a period this morning through the early afternoon where some isolated rain and snow showers are going to be around for the western half of the state. Not a guarantee you're going to see rain or snow, but it is a possibility. And one of the places that has a better chance of seeing a little bit of snow or a little bit of rain is Sioux-City. And I would say the most likely time you're going to see it is probably 9, 10, 11 o'clock this morning. Notice this model saying it's snow. I'm going to say a rain-snow mix, especially if it gets there more around 11 in the morning. Again, the later in the morning it is, the more likely it'll come down as rain versus snow. And again, there's not going to be much. It'll be a brief period if there's some rain or snow coming down very late this morning. And then this area of rain and snow is going to push to the east, but notice how it really fizzles out. So places like Fort Dodge, Des Moines might get into it. Maybe Mason City, but it looks like somewhere around Mason City, the isolated activity just fizzles out. So the eastern half of the state staying dry today. But notice how the cloud cover increases for all. That's what we're most likely going to see is increasing cloud cover as we go through the day. Let's talk about the winds because they were pretty wild yesterday. They're going to be better today, although how much better depends on where you live. If you're in the eastern part of the state, yeah, significantly different. I can't even call it a breezy day. The biggest gust we're going to see around the Quad Cities is only around 15 miles per hour. Now, in the central part of the state, we'll still call it breezy, but certainly less windy than yesterday, gusts around 25. Still got to call it windy in the western part of the state. Around Sioux City, I think gusts will still get around 35 miles per hour, but still better than yesterday. All right, so when do we have a little better chance of rain? Notice the isolated activity comes back during the evening hours. So there's that period in the late afternoon where it fizzles out, but then kind of starts up again during the evening tonight, but still not looking like much for most of the night. But when we jump ahead to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, different story. Talking about scattered showers across the state. Everybody has a chance of encountering some rain for the morning commute. That said, should be light rain, shouldn't slow you down too much. But watch what happens as we get into the afternoon. Activity starts to increase, the intensity of the rain picking up, and the chance for storms starts to pop up. That's what's indicated by the shades of orange. Now, the good news is it looks like the severe weather threat, the chance for some damaging wind, hail, is going to stay to our south. But the chance for heavy rain and lightning is there for pretty much everyone in the state. Notice there's a little bit of orange showing up around Sioux City, some Waterloo, Mason City. Again, not a guarantee you're going to see thunderstorms, but the chance is there during the afternoon and into the evening hours for tomorrow. Look how the rain will shift to the east as we go through the afternoon. So widespread in the early afternoon across the state, but as we get into the late afternoon, maybe a few leftover sprinkles in the western part of the state, but the peak of the activity is actually going to be the eastern part of the state. And unfortunately, for the homebound commute tomorrow, it's looking like the best chance of rain in the Quad Cities. So I do think it's going to be a slower go in the Quad Cities, especially if a thunderstorm happens to work over us during the homebound commute. It's not just showers. The wind's picking back up for the eastern part of the state tomorrow. I'm not ruling out gusts getting up to 40 miles per hour again. Meanwhile, the winds are actually going to die down a little bit out west. We'll just call it a breezy day out west. So when is all the rain going to exit? This is 6 o'clock, and I do think it's going to take a while. Pretty much after 6 o'clock, we're going to see less and less activity, and I think all the rain is clear of us by 1 a.m. Wednesday night. Now let's talk about temperatures, because today still a chilly day. Better than yesterday, especially in the eastern part of the state. Still low 40s. I do think we're going to make it to the low 50s, but we should be in the low 60s across the state this time of year. 51 in Waterloo, 48 for a high in Mason City, 56 in Sioux City. So pretty uniform temperatures, right? And I think that continues tonight. Not a lot of variation across the state. Mainly looking at temperatures in the low to mid 40s. But there's going to be a big difference tomorrow because the cause of all that rain is actually a warm front. It's going to be pushing across the state. So look how we get into the mid to perhaps upper 60s if you're in the southwestern part of Iowa. Then we have an area that gets into the mid 50s around Fort Dodge, Des Moines. But Mason City, probably only a high of 48. Quad Cities, a high of 49, so quite the variation in temperatures. It's going to be warmer to the west, cooler to the east. That said, because this warm front clears the state. Tomorrow night, we're looking at pretty uniform temperatures for Thursday and some nice temperatures, upper 60s to low 70s.